What it do, YouTube? It's SS, and I'm back with another video. So this one, I'm using the Pokemon that I just recently powered up because of the Grimers that are spawning out here. I was able to trade just enough with the best buddy boost to get it up to the Great League CP. So, and I'm pairing it up with Shadow Sableye, also with Noctowl. Um, it's a Noctowl meta, so if you can't beat them, might as well join them, right? So, um. So yeah, I'm pretty happy to get to try this out. I did 5 sets, and these 5 sets I went 17-8. So pretty much positive overall. I got it back up to the 2300s. So I'm only gonna be showcasing not three battles, but 3 sets here. Um, 2 4 1s, and the other 3 sets were 3 2. So I'm gonna play 2 4 1s and 1 3 2, and I didn't really pick I just picked the first 3 sets. So I don't know how the battles went, if they're crazy or not, but I'm going to be assuming because I did make a lot of misplays and we still went positive overall. So, um, once again, these battles are done on my Twitch. So if you do want to go follow me and watch them happen in real time, link in the description, give me a follow. Or if you want to watch the VODs and watch them over as they do happen, you can also do that. Um, Hope to see you guys over there. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into these battles. So now we're gonna see our Noctowl, and our Noctowl is the New Year hat one. I actually caught it in the wild just like how it was. It wasn't even a hoo hoot. It was a Noctowl. It was pretty much powered up. So I just gave it the couple few more power ups. It's like a rank 176. So, and this Alolan Grimer is rank 1. It's the rank 1 Grimer and for Great League. It is not a hundo. It is a Great League rank 1. And my Shadow Sableye is rank 5. So, we actually end up taking out the lantern here. I thought it was gonna be tricky. I forgot what was in the back, and then when I came back out with the lantern, I was like, "Oh man, I need to get to 2 Shadow Balls." But luckily, we were able to pull it off. Now we're gonna see a pretty horrible lead here. A Garmantua into our Sableye, and at this point, I'm like, man, I don't really think I caught, but they still end up throwing the lunge, which is fine with me. So now they come into a Machamp, and I'm like, what? This is not really a counter, but this is only a cross chop. It's gonna do a lot, but I am not going to shield it. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this sky attack, and we're gonna be able to get a shield here. And I'm like, okay, that's nice. So we get a shield. So now I'm gonna wait out the clock just a little bit because just in case I do want to switch out or something. So now I'm gonna come back into my save. Well, I'm gonna throw right immediately, and I think I made a mistake here by throwing right away. I should have farmed up a little bit more or undercharged it, and then 2 3. I'm gonna try to over farm here, and now I was gonna try to catch or throw, but it looked like I lagged the turn or something. So now I'm gonna count 1 2, and I'm gonna switch out so I can get some farm on my Alolan Grimer. They have a Alolan uh Marowak in the back, and I'm gonna throw on good timing on the third fire spin or fifth one. I can't remember which one it was. And now once again we're gonna try just immediately throw because we do have a move on our Sableye, so doesn't really matter. We just need the shields here. And I think at this point, because that poison jab went through, I just go ahead and shield this. Even though I could have took it out with my Sableye, we're just going ahead and take it with a Alolan Grimer because that is the spotlight Pokemon that we're pretty much trying to show off here. So that is why I did that. Now we're gonna see Dewgong into our Shadow Sableye, which obviously is not very good because these ice shards are chunking and they're gonna outpace us to the moves. Maybe they should have outpaced us, but they went up to 5. So I was able to throw before they even debuffed me. I don't know if they thought I was going to catch or something, but yeah. So now I'm gonna shield the icy wind because it would do some good damage. And I'm gonna farm up here, and I'm gonna throw on the third icicle spear, their ice shard, yeah, ice shard. And then I'm gonna switch out here. I'm gonna take the move, and it's gonna take it a little bit easier. And then they in the back they have a Bastodon, so I'm like, okay, I need to time my moves here correctly. We are debuffed, so I need to get a debuff for them. We do end up getting debuffs, so now these crunches are going to hurt just a little bit more, but not too much because this is an XL Bastodon, right? So I'm trying to get to another one, but they farm us down, which is not too ideal. So at this point, I gotta come back into Sableye, and we get denied here. So I'm like, okay, I need to shield this. I need flamethrowers for some reason. I'm like, what? Okay. So then he gets to the next move before I even get to the move. So if I would have been able to get that one Shadow Claw, I would have been able to throw a move. At this point, this is just pretty much over. I think I'm still playing it out, but this is over for us, right? We're gonna need like two Shadow Balls. They're gonna outpace us to the next and then they swap, and I'm like, okay, well this gives us a win constant, kind of, but then I forgot they had another full health Pokemon in the back, and I'm like, okay, well there's no way the Shadow Ball doesn't KO. I need to get to another move here, and they're gonna throw the Ice Punch, and it's gonna be enough just to take us out, and we're just gonna end up losing this game. So good, GG's, but unfortunately we misplayed it a little bit, and now we're gonna see Sableye into Lantern. This is where I kind of prefer to see it up against our Sableye, but then again, it doesn't really do any good for real. Because well, the Shadow Claws are chunking. We do call the Thunderbolt here, and I'm gonna farm up just a little bit. I'm assuming that they're gonna throw on 5, but they don't throw on 5, which is fine. So I'm gonna throw the foul play here, and at this point, I'm just gonna double shield and I'm gonna farm down. Even if it's a surf, that's fine. They won't get to another move. I'm just gonna farm down completely here. We're gonna be able to farm down. Then they come into a Noctowl. Since I'm loaded with energy, I'm at the power gem. I'm just gonna throw it, see what they want to do. They do end up shielding it, and I'm gonna try to get to another one. And we do make it to another one on the CMP. So very, very good for us because now we can let go of our Sableye. Well, obviously we have no shield, so they undercharge it, so I'm gonna switch out immediately into Grimer, start getting energy. They can't Shadow Ball us, which is very good for us. They have something in the back this week to Noctowl. I just need energy. If I can get a debuff, it is a Trevenant. So at this point, this game is over for them, but they don't know that yet. And they're gonna shield the crunch, which is fine. They're gonna throw. I think this is the shadow ball. I think they threw a shadow ball, right? No, the seed bomb. So we're gonna be able to live it. They're gonna farm down, which is fine. But once they see our Noctowl, they're just not gonna be happy, and they're just gonna top left. So yeah. Once again, if you guys are enjoying the battles, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Um, Now we're gonna see Trevenant into Sableye. So pretty much all of our Pokemon hardball Trevenant. Trevenant has nowhere to go with this team. And I'm gonna farm up. They're not gonna throw a move. I'm gonna farm up a little bit extra, and now I'm gonna throw the power gem here. And it does some pretty good damage, but not as much as I want it to do. So now I'm gonna shield this crunch and I'm gonna try to swap out, right? Or I'm gonna throw the move and see what they want to do here. If they shield, I'm hoping that they shield, but they actually let it go, so which is fine. And then I immediately swap to catch what is was so like a shadow ball. It is a shadow ball. So, but imagine if I would have caught it on Noctowl. Would have been better if I would have caught it on Noctowl. And now they're gonna throw a move here, which is fine. And in the back of the zoom roll, I'm like, okay, well this just got a little tricky now. So I'm hoping that they don't shield the first one, but they do end up shielding it, and because they shielded it, I'm not able to get to another one. I should have just went double crunch to be honest, but this is fine. So now I'm gonna come in to Sableye most likely, right? We come into Sableye. We're gonna make them use their energy here. Um, I'm hoping that they throw a play rough. They do an ice beam, which is fine. So now I'm gonna swap out into our Noctowl, and Noctowl is gonna be able to take one of these ice beams, and now I have to try to get the two shadow balls. I think I need three sky attacks, I think. So I'm hoping that they shield this. They don't shield this, so I'm like, okay, that's fine. So they're gonna throw a move here. I'm gonna shield this, and because I didn't want to CMP them just in case they were gonna shield, but at this point the Trevenant is so far low that they're gonna get farmed down, and we're gonna be able to take that game. And I believe that is our first 4-1. We're gonna get a Wingle. So once again, guys, if you guys do want to watch these battles happen in real life, in real time, link in the description. If you guys wonder how my face looks, I do have webcams over there, so um now we're gonna see a great lead here. We're gonna see Medicham into our say why they swap out into Skarmory. I'm like, what do I do here? So I stayed in a little bit more. And now because I did that, I had to shield because I think I lost count. I think I was talking to chat and I lost count. So now I'm gonna do one and throw the foul play here, and we're gonna see what they want to do. Right? They don't want to shield, which is fine. So now I'm gonna farm up a little bit extra, and I get scared. I'm like, I probably could have farmed down, but I get scared at this point. So I just immediately throw here, and because I don't want to get go down shields, right? And they're gonna come into the zoom roll. I'm like, okay, well this is fine, but I need to align this zoom roll up with my Alolan Grimer. I don't know why I kept forgetting. But so now at this point, I'm gonna let this go. I don't need to keep my Sableye alive anymore because we do have Noctowl in the back, and they're staying in, which is kind of weird. I was hoping they would swap out. I'm going to shield this because it's potentially could be a Hydro Pump, and it is the Hydro Pump. We made a amazing call. They swap, so I swap into my Noctowl, and they're gonna get a couple Ice Punches off because they are ahead on energy, so they are gonna be able to knock us out, but I'm gonna be able to get to this shield. I think I get a shield here. Yeah, we get a shield here, which is really good because now if I can farm down, if I can crunch this, sludge it, if I can sludge wave it, what is it, sludge bomb, and then get to if I can get to another move while farming down here, we're golden. And I'll actually come out with just another sludge bomb, and I'm gonna do one more poison jab just to make sure, and we're gonna be able to take this game. So yeah, it kind of looked tricky, but we ended up winning that game. So now we're gonna see save Y into Stunfish. So this is kind of hard. So now we are gonna have to play it out because I tried to catch an earthquake, but they wouldn't let me catch an earthquake. And so you're gonna see me mess up a lot of times here trying to catch the earthquake, and I don't catch the earthquake. And a lot of them just been going rock slide. They all been baiting me. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I was hoping they were gonna throw right there, but they never threw there. And so now I'm going to get hit with a couple of rock slides, and which is really not ideal to be honest. And I'm gonna live it. They're gonna come into a Lancer. I'm like, man, they put me in farm down range for this Lancer. So now I'm hoping I can make it to at least another move. But at this point, I don't really think I'm gonna be able to make it to move. But they do end up shielding the Shadow Ball, which is okay. And I'm gonna come back and say why we do have a lot of energy, so I'm gonna throw once I get to the power gym energy, and I'm gonna throw the foul play. They let it go. This foul play actually did a lot of damage. So now I'm gonna call this as a serve. If it is a serve, I'm at the next foul play, I do believe, and I'm gonna under tap it. And this is a CMP. So they made it up to two serves, and this is a CMP as you guys can see. That's why I wasn't able to swap out. And now they actually undercharge it, and I'm gonna swap out into our Alolan Grimer, and I'm gonna take this. I'm hoping this is just a surf, and it is just a surf. So, but it still does massive damage. And then in the back they have a Noctowl, and I'm like, okay, I need to get a defense drop here. We do end up denying them. I guess they did get that one turn when they swapped out. No, actually, it was CMP, which is very not ideal. So now I'm gonna try to throw right before they get to the next move. I'm gonna build up just a little bit of energy, and I'm gonna throw the move here, and we're gonna see if this is gonna be enough to KO. It's just not enough, but they died with the Sky Attack, and now they're gonna come back into their G Fist, and we're gonna CMP here, and this is looking okay, but rough. I forgot how much HP they have in the back. And I ended up swapping. I shouldn't have swapped because I think if I wouldn't have swapped, we would have KO'd at the same time. And we're just gonna unfortunately end up losing that game. So once again, now we're gonna see another Stunfisk, a Galarian Stunfisk into our Shadow Sableye. And I'm gonna make some more mistakes here. So they're going straight rock slide, so I don't have to shield. Not yet, at least. And they make it hard because I'm like, do they know I have a knockdown in the back? Like, why are they going rock slide? They expect me to catch? And so now I'm gonna shield this one up, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna build up some energy. I'm gonna throw right away, see what they want to do. I'm hoping that they shield, but not really because I really want to get this thing gone. They let it go, which is fine. So now they come into an Azumarill. I'm like, okay, Azumarill. So I'm hoping that they actually do not try to farm me down because it looks like they can farm me down. They come out with a lot of energy that would be really bad for me. And at this point, they are really farming me down. So now I believe I come into the Grimer again. And I'm going to try to catch, but I don't successfully catch. So I'm going to shield this. No, I don't shield it. It's the Ice Beam. I do call the move here. And then I'm going to farm up. I think I shield this one. And then this time they throw the play rough, which is fine. They swap out into, I don't know what it was. I couldn't see. Maybe a Trevenant. It is a Trevenant. And I'm gonna build up here. And I was gonna try to catch the Shadow Ball, but I was like, they only did 6. I only counted 6, but it was the Shadow Ball, so I'm like, okay, well that's fine. So now I think I make a mistake here because I throw the move. No, I think it's a different game. So I'm gonna go for the farm down here. We're gonna make it out with 2 moves, I think. Maybe close to 2 moves. I think they gave up here. Yeah. They top left. They rage quit, which is fine. And now we're gonna wait for their next Pokemon their Zoomer to come in so I can just wing attack it down. And once again, guys, do not do that. That nobody wants to go through a game where you guys top left or force quit the app and rage quit because you lost. Like nobody wants to go through that stuff. So now we're gonna see Sableye into Medicham, which is fine. And now they swap out, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to be out of here. And I'm able to get to this power gem. So I'm like, I'm hoping that they end up shielding here. And they do shield. So now I'm going to switch out into Grimer because I can't really have Noctowl. I'm going to leave Noctowl for Medicham just in case I do need the Medicham. I'm hoping that they don't have a Charmer in the back. I had to shield this. They're flexing on me with a shiny, but I had the New Year's hat, and I'm gonna throw the sludge bomb right away because they're down shield. Well, we have 1 shield apiece, right? And at this point, I'm going to let this go and get energy with my Noctowl. I do believe we do let it go because I can't. I'm not gonna be able to Shadow Claw it down, so I'm gonna come into Noctowl and farm it down completely. And they're gonna come into Medicham, so I'm gonna go straight for the Shadow Ball here, see what they want to do. And they don't want to shield, which is fine. I'm gonna switch out immediately, and they're gonna come into char. Oh, I end up losing this. I remember I lose this, but spoiler alert. And then I'm gonna throw the foul play, get the shield, and I can't shield this because they're they're gonna throw a Dragon Claw, and I think they were at 2 Dragon Claws. So I make a huge mistake here. I should have let this one go. And then I CMP, and I'm like, man, I didn't realize it, but I needed to move. I needed to come out with a move, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is over because Medicham has a move, and we're just gonna end up losing here. Yeah, he's had a move, and we're gonna lose that game. So I made a mistake. I made a couple of mistakes. I'm making a few mistakes here, which is not very ideal, but it is fine. So now we're gonna see Cresselia into Shadow Sableye. This is very good because the Shadow Claws are doing some pretty good damage, and we're resisting the Psycho Cuts because the Dark typing that we have. And they're building up a lot of energy. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw right at 9. I guess they think I'm running Return or something. So I'm gonna shield just in case it's the Moonblast. It is the Moonblast, and I'm like, okay. So I'm gonna count up. I'm gonna throw right before they get to the next one, and I do believe I'm gonna try to catch it on Noctowl, right? Because even though Grimer is a poison type, it is a dark type also, so it takes neutral, and it probably hurt it a lot. So they're still staying in. I'm like, what the heck? Why are they staying in? I'm gonna let the next one go through, hoping it's a grass knot. It is the next Moonblast, and obviously that's gonna hurt a lot. So now I'm gonna farm up extra. At this point, I can throw a Sky Attack, and I don't really have to throw the Shadow Ball. I'm hoping that they let it go. They do let it go. Well, they don't have any more shields, and now I'm gonna be able to get to a Shadow Ball here, and they're gonna get hit with that, and it takes it down to the red. And then at this point, I'm like, okay, I can come in and say, well, I can tank any move here. I don't have to shield, and they're gonna throw an ice punch. I think I try to get some energy on my Grimer. They come out with a knocked out. I'm gonna go straight for the crunch, trying to get the debuff here, and we're gonna see what they want to do. We don't get the debuff, which is fine, and then they can only go Sky Attack. That's the only move they can go with is Sky Attack. So they let me get to. Well, they don't let me get to it. Obviously, it was CMP here, right? And we win CMP. We're gonna be able to win this game by poison jabbing down their Medicham, and it's gonna be a good game. And okay, so that's I'm assuming that's the 3-2. We're gonna cast this Skarmory. So this last set will be a 4-1. Like I said, overall, all positive. Didn't really go negative. It was 3 3 2s and 2 4 1s. So very positive day. And now we're gonna see Mantines, and I'm like, okay, well, I really hate if they bait me here. Well, they're going straight for the bubble beam. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So, and then I'm like, you know what? I probably shouldn't have baited, but they're probably gonna shield the first one, right? Trying to debuff me more, but they don't shield. I'm like, I should have threw the power gem. I probably would have been able to farm them down a little bit faster. And I'm gonna build up some more energy right before they get to the next bubble beam, because the next bubble beam will KO if not with the wing attacks. So now they're gonna switch out into a Swampert. I'm like, okay, well this is not good. And I try to catch a move, which is not ideal. And they're still staying in. They're farming up a lot of energy, and they're gonna throw a move here. It's the Hydro Cannon, and so now I'm gonna be able to throw this Sky Attack here, and they got two shields, but they're about to get both of my shields here real quick, and I'm gonna let it go because I can live the next Hydro Cannon, and they're gonna throw right before I get to my next Sky Attack. I'm at the Sky Attack, so I do believe I'm going to under tap it. No, I do one more, and we're gonna be able to throw this Sky Attack. We're gonna see what they want to do. They're still staying in, so I'm like, what's in the back? It's a Medicham. We swap out at the same time, I think, and we're gonna be able to throw this foul play at him. I think we lose this, and we're gonna come back into knockdown, and he's gonna farm. Oh no! If I would have known, I would have been able to get to the Sky Attack. Actually, I should have just came in with Alolan Grimer, and because we didn't do that, they're gonna be able to farm us down here. And I need to call a move here. I need to call the earthquake. So are they going to throw the earthquake? They don't throw the earthquake. I'm like, okay, I need to get to this move here. I need to shield this up. It's a hydro cannon. And then we're at the move. We're gonna undertap it. And they're not at another move. And we're gonna end up winning this game. Just because we ended up calling up a bait. We called the bait and we ended up winning that. So now we're gonna see Shadow, Say Why, and two Stunfisk. Once again, these leads, I really don't like the Stunfisk, the Galarian Stunfisk leads, because they don't let me catch. And this one's building up, and I'm trying to CMP them on 8, but they don't go for the 8. They go for the extra one. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So now I'm going to build up, and I'm going to shield. I'm always going to shield the first one because I don't want to get Earthquake. They bait me, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I'm going to try to catch the Earthquake because they should have been at the Earthquake, but they actually just hold out on their energy like the other person. The other person did the same thing. Then they're gonna do an amazing catch on the lantern. I'm like, okay, nice. That's very nice. So I'm hoping I can actually try to get to a shadow ball here. We do get to a shadow ball, but the bad thing is they're farming up a lot of energy, and I don't like that. So we're gonna get one shadow ball off. They gonna throw. I'm gonna let this go. I do believe this is a surf. Probably just enough to KO, which is fine. So now I'm gonna come into say why. I'm gonna throw on CMP, and we're gonna see what they want to do here. Do they want to shield? They do want to shield, which is fine. So now I'm going to let this go. It is the surf. We're calling it, and they're gonna throw right before we get to the move. I'm not gonna shield this. I am going to let it go. Come into Grimer and farm this down completely if I can. If now I'm gonna have to take this surf here. Hopefully it's a surf, right? It is a surf, but like I said, they do massive damage. They come into a knocked out. I'm like, okay, this is not looking good. So I should have already threw a long time ago, tried to get the debuff. Those poison jabs would have been adding up a lot more. And they block it. They shield up, and we're gonna be able to get to this next crunch. I think they thought it was a sludge bomb or something. And I think they're gonna outpace us. So, but I still play it out, right? I'm a shield. They come into the stun fist. They already had a move, and I think this person ends up being BMing me. Yeah, they earthquake me, and that's gonna be a good game. So yeah, we ended up making some mistakes here, but that's fine. So now this is very spicy. We see the Galarian Rapid Dash. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Um, I'm just hoping that they don't have play rough. I'm gonna shield the first one because just in case it is the play rough, and it's the high horsepower. Now they're gonna switch out into a Star Raptor, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna throw the Power Gem, hoping that they don't shield, but they do shield, and that's fine. So now I'm gonna come into my Noctowl, and I'm gonna throw the move before they get to their move, and so this forces them to shield. So now they're down shields, and I feel great about this. So I am not going to shield this because I need to keep it for the back end, right? They end up close combating me, and I'm like, okay, that's super weird. I'm gonna let this go. Now they're super debuffed. I can't really farm them down with Shadow Claw, so I come in here to poison jab it down, and we come out with some energy. They come into a Pillow Swine. I'm like, what? A Pillow Swine? All right. This person is super spicy. We're gonna be able to get this crunch off, and we get the defense drop. So at this point, I'm gonna shield this, and I gotta be careful that they do not catch, right? And I think I paused for a second, making sure that the powder snow went through. So they didn't catch, and then at this point he's gonna get poison jabbed again. So Alolan Grimer killing it out here. And now we're gonna hop into the next battle. So now we're gonna see Shadow Sableye into Medicham. Obviously a very good lead here. We're gonna see if they're staying in, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Are they super weak to Sableye in the back? I don't need to shield this. This is fine. Look at those Shadow Claws on the Medicham. They're chunking. So they had to throw a charge move. And I'm gonna throw on CMP here to see what they want to do. Do they want to shield? They don't want to shield, which is fine. So now their Medicham goes down. They're thinking about what they should do here. They come into a Stunfisk. I'm like, okay, the Galarian Stunfisk. I'm gonna throw the foul play. They don't shield that one, but they let me get to the next one, they're gonna have to shield this one. This appears to be CMP, I think. And now they're gonna have to shield this one. They do end up shielding it. I'm going to let go my save Y. It already knocked out Medicham, and they're gonna undercharge it. I'm like, okay, and I make a mistake by staying in. So now I'm like, okay, I need to catch a move here. I'm gonna come into Grimer, try to catch. They don't they don't bite. I've been failing with these catches. I haven't been making any catches. So now they're still staying in. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, well, I'm gonna start shielding here just in case something is weak in the back to Noctowl. And then they're gonna switch into their own Noctowl. I'm like, okay, so we're at like 2 sky attacks here. So I almost threw the shadow ball, but I was like, what? It's too low. I would need to throw the sky attack and then farm it down. So we're able to get to a sky attack. I'm hoping I live this, or maybe not. I do barely live it, so I'm gonna switch out immediately, and he's gonna be able to poison. I'm gonna let this go because I need to keep a shield. We're gonna poison and jab it down. And at this point, I think I tried to get to 2 moves. I shield this, and I need to get to back moves here. I'm at a move. We're charging up the crunch to an excellent. We're gonna see what they want to do. They let it go because I think they knew that I was at 2 moves, and that was gonna be a good game. So now we're gonna see Shadow Seiwai into Gyarados. So this is not where I want to see it, right? And I'm like, okay, well, this looks like a loss already. So now I'm gonna catch the lunge on Noctowl. Because if I did it on Grammar, it still would have hurt a lot. And then they're gonna come into their own Noctowl. I'm like, okay. And they get the free turn move. So we CMP. I'm like, what? Alright, so now we're at the same energy at this point, but my sky attacks are doing a lot less because of the debuff. They're gonna go for the X1 this time because they know that I win CMP. They don't want to CMP us. So they're gonna farm up X right here. And I'm going to shield this. And I'm gonna throw the move immediately here. Because I want to see what they want to do here. Do they want to shield? They do shield. I'm gonna switch out immediately, come into my say wide, throw the nice slash or the foul play. If I've been calling it nice slash, my bad. I mean foul play. And at this point, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna call it, and it is this the sky attack, which is good. So I'm gonna let this go at this point. No reason for me to shield because I do need to keep the shield for that air dose. So now we're gonna be able to farm it down, and he's waiting out. So he's gonna come into his air dose. I'm gonna throw the crunch. I do believe he's at the next lunge here, and I'm assuming that he's gonna throw immediately. My clock pops up, and I'm going to switch, and we're gonna do another catch on Noctowl. So we call it 2 lunges on Noctowl, and now they come into a Blastoise, and it's a stylish one because it's got the glasses. It's the Squirtle Squad Blastoise. So at this point, I need to shield this. I'm hoping that they're not at 2 moves, and I can farm this down and hopefully get to a move. And I'm at a move. I'm just gonna go straight for the Sludge Bomb here. I'm gonna charge it up an excellent just in case it needs that much, and we're gonna be able to take the game. So yeah, we ended I think this is the last game of the set, maybe one more. We'll see. And that is a beautiful 4-1. So once again, we went 17-8 with this team. Overall positive. I'm back at like 23 something, 52 I think, something like that. I'm not too sure. And then we end up getting a milk tank here. I'm gonna praise it, hoping it was a good one, but it was very bad. We're at 23-32, I think, right there. But we ended up still continuing to climb. I did have 2 other sets, but I'm only showcasing 3 because these videos that I'm making are very long. And I hope you guys enjoy the battles. Like, comment, subscribe. Remember, you guys do want to watch these battles happen in real time. Link in the description to my Twitch. Hope to see you guys over there. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys on the next video.